He's wisely going hard into wood. You can see the berries over here. Why is he not gathering food? I just walked them past the Ottoman base. Maybe we should attack. Hey everyone, good to have you back. Oh, we've got ourselves a 2v2 on Lipany here. I'm playing as the ABB+, and my ally Masterhand is playing as the Mongols. We're up against Quij or Quij playing as the Chinese. I believe he's down here. There's that village being built. And then we've also got Pastisman or Pastiesman over here playing as the opposite to me. On Lipany, I like ABB+. I mean, there's just so many berries out on the map, and I'm deciding to just go straight for them. In my mind, going up against a Chinese and an ABB+ opponent, they're not really going to be putting on too much pressure early on. I suspect we're going to see an econ wing from the opposing ABB+, and China's probably going to go for the Song Dynasty into either maybe Zhuge pressure or a second town center. So let's get out on the map and grab up these berries. There's a nice secret one kind of tucked up here behind this wood line. And then, of course, we've got some deer and berries up front. My ally Masterhand going with the deer stones. We've been seeing a lot of silver tree coming from Mongol players, but looks like we got the deer stones this time. And interesting, he decided to go for the gold over here. I guess he's going to make wood the more difficult item to grab. And I don't know, maybe Mongol players are going to have to explain this to me, but when you opt to go for the town center next to the gold as opposed to the wood line, what are the advantages? What are the disadvantages? I'm not particularly clear on it. Maybe this means fast castle? I mean, that's a lot of villagers gathering gold. Very cool. And we did scout the econ wing going up from our opposite opponent. That's that little onion dome that appears in the lower left. Me, I have actually gone for the culture wing. That's this big spire in the upper right. We're doing our sort of preservation of knowledge into a lot of the T1 tech upgrades. And we're also going to try and put on some pressure here because we're noticing stone being gathered. So we'll put down an outpost, cancel, back off. And now that we have archers, we can just kind of force him either off the stone. But he's already got what he needs off of the stone. Now it's more just protecting this outpost. And we're also going to try and loop around, try to find out. Ooh, we need to get this archer engaging. There we go. But yeah, we can just keep canceling the outpost and bringing it back. And now we're seeing villagers come out. They're trying to put the town center down over here. But yeah, we're discouraging them. We almost got a villager kill there. The problem is horsemen are arriving. I believe these are, yeah, the opposite horsemen. He was wise to get us stables right when he saw, I mean, he probably already had it before my archers showed up. But this is unfortunate because these horsemen can just clean up my archers, and all I really wanted was archers here on the front line. Though I think I'm going to put down a barracks on the backside of all of this. Because my, I looked over at my Mongol ally and noticed Mangadai coming, so we've realized that it's going to be really bad if our units are all just ranged and the opposite are pumping out horsemen. And yeah, once again, we're going for all those berries out on the map. With this excess food that we're gathering from all those berries, we can make a lot of spearmen. We could also make camel archers. I think we're going to make one to try and do the reduction in attack damage for all cavalry. But I don't know. This is a little interesting that my ally went deer stones plus market. I mean, maybe just go silver tree, but the neutral markets are in a really awkward spot on this map. It'd be nice if they were tucked back here. And I'll put a market back down here once I notice my ally making these traders, but at the moment, it's just a little confusing to me. And it's also strange that my ally sent out these Mangudai when he knew there were horsemen out on the map. And I'm pinging to my ally to head north because that's where my spearmen are at. But I don't know if he's paying attention. But that's okay. He's getting a few arrow shots off. Yeah, he's killing horsemen. He's trading a little bit here. But the issue is we're not really putting pressure on the Chinese opponent. Looks like my ally's almost going to age up here. I'm actually very close to aging up as well because of that culture wing. Pastis Man, nowhere near aging up. Same with Kwaije, but I'm guessing from the little stone he's got trickling right there, or the little leftover stone that he's got, he has gone for the second town center. And there's the second town center from the opposite ally. And there's not, or the opposite opponent. And there's not really much that we can do here. These villagers can just retreat. We really need siege units here. I would much rather we hit, the wood line. That's a much better option. But it looks like there's an outpost going down. So now let's think about what we can do. We can probably go Castle Age and then put on pressure. We could set up trade routes, or we could go try to pressure the Chinese. However, the Chinese, they often have very good defenses, what with the Barbican of the Sun. So things are going to kind of hit a bit of a lull here. We're just going to Castle Age up and see what we can do. Yep, allies Castle Aging, going the step route. And the market is still here. Only one or two traders bringing back maybe 120. And oh, now we're seeing, Jugnu showing up. All those traders are dead. That was quick. Villagers have to run. And that's cutting off the wood income for my ally. Interesting to see the Chinese player decided to go for, I think it might be a 2-town center, but also with a Jugnu pressure. Because there was some stone being gathered there. And here comes the battering ram. What we're going to do here... Oh, it looks like he's trading. He spent gold to buy wood. That's a smart move. He should probably keep doing that. The Jugnu are shooting down villagers. That was maybe 2-3 villagers right there. Fortunately, on the north side, I am putting down a mangonel. We're going to need to retreat these villagers from the stone because it looks like the opposite player is here, ready to fight. We just need to pump out our Castle Age units, but I'm not sure whether to send them over to my ally or protect myself. Fortunately, this mangonel should be enough to shut that down. Oh, and I'm losing villagers on the gold. I'm not paying attention here because I'm busy microing the mangonel to kill these Jugnu. That's tough. I think I lost maybe 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe 9 villagers there. That's really painful. Let's see how it's affecting our incomes. The Mongol ally is pretty much at a standstill. His units his villagers aren't gathering. Looks like he took out, was this maybe the boar? Yeah, maybe. No. Boar's down here. Never mind. Might be just some deer over here. He's gathering. He's got a market over here now. And he did keep a trader alive. It's dropping off some gold. But now he can pretty much get a huge gold income. But we're gonna have to see how he spends it. Looking at our opponents, looks like Pastis Man is at maybe 1.8k. Kwaije or Quidge is also at maybe 1.8k. I'm looking at only maybe like 1.1. My ally maybe at 1.4. But we are turning things around because we're getting down a second town center, and we're probably going to go for a third town center. We got the economic wing. Now we're going into the Castle Age. We're going to simultaneously put on pressure while building up our villagers. I really wish I hadn't lost my villagers here on the gold. Really would have liked an outpost here that my villagers could have easily retreated to. That really hurt. That put me behind. But also my ally really suffered there. His villagers were just put on a big idle. But now we're kind of coming forward. We're not seeing anything too scary from our opponents. We've got a lot of Castle Age units. We're going to bring the mangonel forward. And the opposite player is still in the feudal age, so we're thinking of putting pressure on. He's also gathering an enormous amount of stone, maybe down here from this big stone deposit. He's probably going to be putting keeps down in the castle age. Speed things up a little bit here. And the traders have kind of stopped. Yeah, the production of traders has kind of stopped. We're coming forward. I don't know why my ally's targeting this. I would much rather he go for the town center. And it looks like, yep, our opponent has gone to a triple town center. Mangonels here, it's extremely effective versus these camel archers. That was huge. And they're trying to send horsemen after the mangonel, but they just don't have enough units for it. Yeah, we're trapping units. And yep, looks like the Chinese opponent has arrived as well. And now, yeah, my units are getting into the wood line here. We're going to use the mangonel to soften up these villagers too. That's huge. Look at how many villagers are going down. Wow, that was a lot of villagers. We want to keep our units over towards the mangonel if we see these Jugnu come by. But now we're looking for more villagers. Looks like we're finding them down at these berries. Oh, and even more villagers are wandering over here. Unfortunately, we're not finding anything, although, yep, looks like some of my units are heading that way. And there's the Jugnu. We can fire the mangonel at them. Oh, that's huge damage there. But again, my ally is just attacking houses. He should really be going after this town center here or this town center over here. Just idle out the economy more. I'm building battering rams. We're getting our siege units out. And yep, there's a defensive keep going up by the Abbasid player. I'd love to target these villagers down. But also with this keep going up, if we can't knock it down, then we should just rotate over to this town center. Because it's working out. Look at my units getting villager kills over here. On the backside, oh wow, I hope he doesn't notice these villagers getting attacked. Because this is a lot of villagers. And there's no textiles upgrade yet. So all these villagers are weaker. We're going to be stabbing them down really quickly. We're also playing the religious game on the back of this. We've already grabbed one relic. We've grabbed this sacred site. We're bringing another relic back. Wow, just getting more and more villager kills here. Pastis Man's just down to 1k in terms of his income. We've also gotten a third town center down. We're putting out farms, but of course we're still just going to grab up all these available food over here. Looks like we lost maybe some of our units to the town center, but we're still getting villager kills. They're slow, but the man-at-arms is doing great work. We're also going to start walling off. Got a lot of units up here. Problem is, we just haven't been rallying well enough. And it looks like my ally pulled back. Yep, opposite player realizes what's going on. Okay, that felt really good. We were able to put on a lot of pressure there. And we were able to win a lot in the religious game. And my ally, he's definitely fixed his food issues. It looks like, yeah, he's just kind of migrated over here, and he's gathering up sheep from this area. But we're seeing so many palace guards coming out, and they're starting to get upgrades. Looks like a +1 attack upgrade. Okay, ally is engaging well here, targeting down these crossbowmen while he's got the chance. That's looking really good. The Lancers need to cut off and go for the Nest of Bees, because the Nest of Bees is really going to work on these crossbowmen, and he needs to keep the crossbowmen alive. Allies got +1 attack. I've got decent upgrades. I've got +1 melee, +1 ranged. Finding some of the Abbasid units wandering this way. They wandered right past my mangonel, and I'm really happy with how much I've been building siege units in the field, because every mangonel seems to be incredibly effective right now. We're landing huge shots on these camel archers. I know that this mangonel's screwed. There's way too many palace guards here, so I'm hoping it'll get maybe a shot off before it goes down. Nope, doesn't look like it. This is just way too many palace guards. I gotta get my crossbowmen out of there, or at least pivoting away so that we can kite these units. I mean, it's good kiting. Yep, let's just pull these back, take a shot every so often. But the traders from my ally are continuing to go down. We really need to put a market up here for him. We're walling off. Good idea. Over here, looks like we're doing all right, except we're not seeing any more of my allies' units. Probably because he's having to deal with just a few palace guards that have gone back here, but there's really no need to chase these guys with all these units. You should just send these Lancers after him and bring these units forward, because I'm starting to get double teamed on the front lines. Good chance for us to get these walls down. If we lose these villagers, so what? We are up to our triple town centers. Our attack against Pastis Man, I mean, now he's down to maybe 2.4k in income, whereas I'm now up to maybe, almost 3k. Ally is looking to be at maybe 2.5, but the Chinese opponent, we haven't touched him at all. He's well above 3k, definitely about 4k. So the Chinese opponent is just running away with the game. I'm also a little worried about my ally because the game has hit the 20-minute mark and he's just got the steppe redoubt and one town center. I just don't know if he has the economic advantage that we're going to need for a late game. Because if he had the silver tree, then we could plop a market here and he could just start going crazy with the traders. But it's just not feeling very good right now. And with this Chinese opponent, with their huge income, I'm worried. But we're going to keep playing. We're going to get down more siege units. Hopefully we can get a siege workshop down. I think we might. Yep, there's one right there. We're gathering up stone. And we're looking for where we're going to get attacked. Looks like here in our farmlands, but we can deal with these units pretty well. Yeah, the opposite player came a bit too far forward, and he's penned in here. We've got all these walls up. Knights going into the opposite base, and we're finding villagers. That was really good. What was that? 6, 7 villagers, and then we just ride on. That's what we want. We really want to just... oh, maybe we could send these units... Oh, okay. Oh, keep just finished right there. Unfortunate. Oh, but we are getting knights into the opposite. This is really good. I'm actually getting wins against the opposite opponent here that work really well. I really like what's going on here. And finally, my ally is merging troops with me. But now we're having to fight the Chinese. Fortunately, I have spring alds. We can probably knock down, both of the nest of bees. But now we're just duking it out with palace guards. There's a lot of them. We really need our crossbowmen firing. They've got good upgrades. Though it looks like another clock tower nest of bees has arrived. You can see he's just got the bigger crossbowman mass. And my allies' units are gone. We need more mangonels to deal with this huge crossbowman mass, and we just haven't seen any siege coming from my ally. And yeah, his income's kind of capped at 2k. I'm not really seeing it get beyond that. Yep, this keep is proving to be an issue. It's also secured this gold. Another issue is there's no large gold deposits on the northern side of this map. Ooh, look at this keep going up. Would love to get these units involved. Start targeting down this keep. Ooh, but I love the mangonel shots there. That was really good. Ah, if only this mangonel could hit all those injured crossbowmen again. Oh, that's a good hit right there. Yeah, he's trying to get on top of it, but we're getting good shots from the mangonel. Every mangonel seems to be really working out. But as I was saying, there are no large gold deposits on the north western side of this map. So they're just here, here, and here. And my ally has retreated so far into his side of the map that we have no vision over here. I mean, it looks like he wants to gather from this gold vein, but he's actually being walled in by the Chinese. Like, look at all these walls. So now we have no access to these large gold deposits. I've already recognized this and put a market down. That's what really prompted me to get the market out, realizing that we had lost all of the large gold deposits. God, these mangonels keep working out. Really love mangonels versus the Chinese. And look at that, we can even take shots at this nest of bees too. We've got our trebuchets out. We really want to take out this keep because, unfortunately, with the way this map spawned, you can see there's this huge mountain ridge that, and these forests, which kind of keep me from my ally. The only way I can reach my ally now is through this little gap, now that the Chinese have walled all this up. Allies finally got some siege units out on the map, and he's got to secure this gold and this gold. Start mining from it. Because once again, he just can't get above that 2k range. I'm sitting at maybe 3k, 3.5 maybe? Hard to say. Yeah, 3.5. But our opponent's economy are just exploding because they control half the map, and it's the half of the map that has all the good stuff on it. I will give myself credit for constantly capturing the sacred site. I really wanted to squabble over these two in the center. That passive gold income is really nice. But yeah, you can see my gold income has turned into nothing because other than this gold vein, which we really should be sending more villagers to, we're going to have to rely on our markets. In fact, it might have just been 2 gold veins. Now that I think about it, there was maybe just like the one here, the other here, and that's it on my quadrant of the map. That was really painful when I realized that. Like, this was a rough map spawn for me in terms of gold. And now, unfortunately, it's going to kind of just be a story of economies. My ally is just getting attacked by all of this infantry, which he's handling, and he's got good upgrades. I like seeing that. The siege units are doing well, but it's all just... it's not really pushing us forward. We're always on the defensive. I'm trying to break through this area so that we can actually access each other easily, because if I don't break through here, the Chinese player is just going to slowly whittle down my ally. And yeah, he's having to go for the large gold vein, and look what shows up right when his villagers arrive. All these elite palace guards. This is why we needed to secure these. But of course, my Mongol ally, he can't put down keeps. He should probably have put just a huge mass of outposts around here. Trying to send rams in to destroy the keep. And we're doing well in terms of this siege game. Like, we're taking out mangonels, we're taking out nest of bees. We've gotten our outpost to give us vision and to give us sort of that extra damage from the Spring-Ald emplacement. But look at all these units come. These are elite crossbowmen. Our opponents have made it to the Imperial Age. So has my ally, but I'm not sure what the Cognate Palace is really going to give us other than a few random units here. Yeah, there's some warrior monks heading our way. Now my ally is looking, he's posturing, he might be ready to attack, but I mean, it's a non-stop battle up here. Yeah, and we're seeing mangonels get put down. Whenever we see the opposite opponent putting down these siege units, we try to snipe them with our Spring-Alds before they even finish. That's a good pickup right there. Ooh, gotta get these Spring-Alds back, but he has so many cavalry units. We're holding off here. We're taking on all these opposite units. We need a mangonel to try and hit this back line. Good, we can take care of some vision back here, but more and more elite crossbowmen heading our way. I don't think we're going to win this one. And the usual avenue that I had to attack my opposite opponent, it's now just been completely walled off. There's keeps, there's walls. I just can't get those raids that I used to get. Allies units just kind of sitting around. I'm pinging, I'm saying like, hey, I'm under attack, please do something. But he's realized that he's completely walled off from me, except this little gap back here, which takes so long to navigate through. So I'm pinging, I'm saying like, hey, anything, please. I do make it to the Imperial Age. We're going to get those economic upgrades for our traders, so we're going to see a lot more gold heading our way. It looks like he's pivoting. Where did all of his units go? Oh, they're chasing after these Fire Lancers. Yeah, he's got his whole army chasing the Fire Lancers, and it just allows the opposite to move in. And this is when I was a little frustrated because my ally was messaging me like, hey, I'm under attack, you need to help me. And I was like, I've been trying to break through to your side of the map for the past 20 minutes, or really the past like 10 minutes, but it was frustrating because, I mean, I was getting double teamed here for so long, and now that he's finally getting double teamed and I can't do anything about it, he's calling me out. It was a rough game. I'm trying to actually rally units from the backside. I've switched my rally points, but I really just want to break through this keep. Also, I'm sending raiding forces to the back. I'm going to try to shut down the economy, but it's a little too late for that. Yep, lots of walls going down from the Chinese, trying to just sort of pen in my Mongol ally. And it's looking like GG. It was an interesting game with a pretty bad map spawn, I must say. I would honestly think my allies might, or my opponents might feel the same. It's kind of insane that we have this huge barrier between us, while my opponents can just reach each other whenever they need to. This big mountain range doesn't make trade easier for us. If it had gone the other way, then it would have kind of hidden our trade a little bit more. I think also, I wish my ally had maybe gone for either a big commitment in the Dark and Feudal Age for a tower rush against our opponents, or gotten the Silver Tree, because going kind of just Mangadai into Fast Castle, that's not really going to do anything to our opponents. It was a tough go, but overall the game was okay. Would have liked a better map spawn with all those golds, but we'll take what we can get. Catch you next time.